I know I'm an old fart, right? I'm about to be 53 years old. But the thing that I remember most fondly about growing up in the 70s and 80s is when all of these 18-year-old athletes started dropping like flies from heart attacks. I mean, it says right here LeBron James' son, Bronny, was rushed to a hospital after suffering cardiac arrest during a basketball workout. It says a James family spokesperson tells TMZ Sports yesterday while practicing, Bronny James suffered a cardiac arrest. So that means he had a fucking heart attack, right? So his heart stopped. And then it goes on to say medical staff was able to treat Bronny and take him to the hospital. So that means they were able to revive him from death, right? So imagine if he was a poor kid just playing on, trying to practice on his own for school or something like that and had a heart attack. I mean, luckily he was rich so they could revive him. That's what that means. It doesn't mean, it says medical staff was able to treat Bronny and take him to the hospital. He's now in stable condition, which means he fucking died and no longer in ICU. We ask for respect and privacy for the James family. We'll update media when there is more information. I mean, kind of like the whole Jamie Foxx thing, right? Except Jamie Foxx is, I believe he's in his 50s, right? And also very healthy. But anyway, I'm just saying, I remember back in the 70s and 80s of all these young, healthy children, 15 to 22-year-olds just dropping like flies from cardiac arrest. Yes, they were revived. I mean, this kid was revived and some of the other kids. And what was that football player? Got hit in the chest, allegedly, right? And then he went down and died on the field. But they revived him. That's not what that's what they're not telling you, right? They make it sound like, oh, yeah, it's just a minor thing. If you're 18 years old and you have a freaking heart attack, there's something wrong. Yes, maybe he has some sort of medical condition, but you would figure with the health insurance that LeBron has and his family to boot, I'm sure, right? That they would have been able to determine that he had a heart defect or any other situation cardiovascularly, right? Before they would even let him go into school and start playing basketball. He's at USC, right? So that means he's on the team down there. He's going to be a good player. His athleticism is probably top notch, right? I mean, look who he's trained under. He's probably trained under his father and also, the best coaches and around available that money could buy. I just, people don't want to. I get it, I got the fucking injection too. You know what I mean? You think I feel great about that? Absolutely not. I was duped just like the rest of us, and we have no recourse. I bet you a lot more of these rich kids start dropping like flies. There's gonna be some recourse, I mean, whatever you do, don't look into SARS-CoV-1, right? Because that became known as a lab leak 10 years later in 2011, right? Look into Lyme disease. Why is it called Lyme disease? That was developed on Plum Island by the military, and the first outbreak, because it was a lab leak, was in Lyme, Connecticut, right near the area where they developed it. And then, go way back to the Spanish flu, right? Developed in Fort Bragg or something like that, or at least that's where the first people got sick from it, right in World War I, and they sent them overseas without telling anybody because people started recovering from it, right? So we would have a leg up in the war, and all these other people who didn't know, and that's where we landed, was in Spain, started getting sick and dying, and our government didn't say a fucking word. They knew all about the flu, or whatever it was. Look at the AIDS. I'm getting off topic here. Well, not really. I'm on topic, but I'm giving you too much information to understand. We'll see if this gets flagged, but this is not normal. This wasn't normal in the 70s when I was a child. It wasn't normal in the 80s when I was a teenager. It wasn't normal in the 90s when I was in my 20s. It wasn't even normal when I was in my 30s and 40s. But all of a sudden, over the last couple of years, or three years now, something strange is happening to our youth, our athletic youth at that, the people in shape. And then you keep seeing more and more news articles about how exercise can give you heart attacks. Okay, really? I'm not saying that it's this safe, effective vaccine for this new Disease, right? Because the vaccines are safe and effective. Get yourself your 8th and up to 19th, 20th, even 50th booster shot. Yeah, make it happen. All right, peace, everybody. Have a great